Hi, I am Dr. Elizabeth Samantha Rothschild, Judge. I want to make a comment about this whole excursion where I made a choice to become homeless, to give up everything I had, everything I was, to follow Christ. Jesus Christ was homeless. Because it's come up to where the persons that continually have followed, like I said, there were some persons from the past, the far past that I don't even want to deal with anymore, who, I don't even want to know these people. Look at the situation at the homeless shelters and say, well, for what she's going through there, she could have just stayed around us. I decided not to be manipulated, neither controlled by anyone, especially those who don't serve God. So what's the difference in putting up with it at the homeless shelter versus staying where I was in that pit of hopelessness? Is because the homeless shelter is temporary. It's just a temporary dwelling. And when I get into my own space, those problems will no longer exist in my life, but to remain in a place housed permanently with people who are that way. Well, that's a permanent decision. And I decided I don't want that in permanency in my life. I decided that I want a life of peace and security in Jesus Christ. So that is the difference since it came up. And the weird thing about that is those who are wanting to know and are making the statement are the persons that are problematic. Well, one thing I'll say for sure is whatever you did to make me not want to know you, it's not going to make me want to know you again. Because I've been followed and stalked with the same issues, the same people, until it's third party. There's third party stalkers with those issues. And for what I'm dealing with, staying in the homeless shelters or when I stayed on the streets, I suppose they wanted me to feel like, well, if it was this bad, I could have stayed. But it's something to be known. When the children of Israel were delivered from the land of Egypt, and they were wandering in the wilderness, things got so bad that they were remorseful and they began to wish for slavery once again. They wanted to go back to Egypt. And I said, I'm not going to be of that mindset. See, they were rebuked for that. God delivered me into a higher spirituality and a higher intelligence. And what I was getting away from was condoning persons being abusive, being controlling without intelligence, being manipulative, being imposing, being oppressive. Those things I chose homelessness over. And why is it not affecting me in the homeless situation like it was then? Is because that was a permanent dwelling. I had to make a choice. Did I want to put up with this for the rest of my life, or did I want to just take a route of independence? And I chose independence in the Lord. So that's why. And quite definitely, the things that made me not want to deal with people, not want to know them, they do those things again, follow me around doing those things, get other people to do those things. And it's not going to make me wish for them. That made me want to leave. People wish my mother, Monica Jones, and I would even consider to know them anymore. Some of them really need us and are praying that we would consider to know them. But they knew they needed us when they found us out in the first place. So I'm going to remain secure in the Lord and whatever quickening of my spirit and deal with life as that. So to let go of those things that were embedded in my life that seemed to be promising of permanence in my life that I did not like, I did not enjoy, did not want to do, did not want to take part of, don't want to deal with, don't want to interact with, don't want to know. I mean, not even to interact. I don't even need a simple hello. To go into a place where, yes, being in the homeless network, I've dealt with pretty much the same things that I decided to get away from. But this is temporary. I'm on my way to my own place, my own space, the peace and solitude of where my heart can be as a home. And that is where I control what goes on. And I only choose the things of the Lord for my space. That's how that goes. So, since that came up, I decided to bring a receptacle for that trash. And there you have it. So, be encouraged. And everyone be blessed.